Congratulations to you all on your results, guys, and what has been a really fantastic Rally Argentina. Thierry, you won the rally on the thrilling final power stage that we had by 0.7 of a second over Elfyn Evans. My goodness, what a stage that was, and what a reaction from you at stage end. How did you feel when you saw the result?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say that it was a really intense weekend for us. Everybody have had some trouble, some puncture, some mistakes. But the key factor actually was to never give up and to always come back and push. And that was actually the reason why we were able today to fight for the win. Even if yeah, we knew it was difficult. But we made it, being at the end of the last stage. Yeah, I got the first split times and I say, fuck, we have lost, because Elfyn was 3 seconds faster, so I knew without any mistake he will get his first well-deserved win actually. But yeah, we saw the next split on the TV, 1.3, he was down on us, so then I already knew that it would be difficult for him to get the time back on the last split, because I thought that I had a pretty fast run over there. So I felt more comfortable, but then to know and to see on the TV that we actually beat him by only 0.7 seconds at the end was pretty amazing.
It was exciting for everyone to watch. I'm sure it was exciting to be part of. As you said, it was intense. Were you feeling stressed at all today, or were you just calm about the situation?
I think I was pretty calm, to be honest, because since the beginning of the year I feel very comfortable in the car, and so far there have been a few mistakes, but very small mistakes, which cost us already twice a win. But I have the feeling like, yeah, I feel safe and I know exactly how to manage my race, and I'm feeling very well when I'm pushing too much, and when I'm not pushing enough. And that's the key thing to go fast and to manage well your weekend, especially on a difficult rally like here.
This gives your title chance a real boost. 2 wins on the row, which is great for you, and maximum points as well in the power stage. Win-win.
Yeah, actually there was no choice, you know. I would have preferred to cruise through the power stage and get the second win, but yeah, we had to fight for it. We had really to fight for it. I have to say it was a demanding weekend. Conditions were rough, so it takes a lot of energy from you compared to a smoother rally. So it was, yeah, I'm actually really proud of what we have achieved, especially when we were 1 minute behind Elfyn. 1:02, I think, was the biggest gap, and we were able to catch it back.
Don't rub it in, Thierry. I'm sure he feels bad enough right now.
No, for sure. I think it was an amazing drive from him as well, we have to say. He knows very well that he has only a couple of opportunities during the season where he can show the potential, his potential, and the tires were giving him this opportunity to fight with us on a regular basis, which he has done pretty well. But at the end, the better win.
We'll ask Elfyn about that in a minute. Thank you, Thierry. Congratulations. Nico, well done on the result this weekend. We watched, all of us on the power stage, as you relayed the split to Thierry. Did you think at that point we won't get the win when you saw the midpoint split from Elfyn?
Yeah, for sure. When you arrive at the stop point, first of all, the adrenaline is decreasing. And you would like to get some information about Elfyn's time. And yeah, I got the information. We were slower of 3 seconds. But yeah, we knew that the Mac tire are a little bit softer. The temperature were quite high for the soft compound. And with the Michelin, which is slightly harder, we knew as well that we would be better at the end of the stage. So yeah. Actually, we were able to catch them.
Talk to me about your weekend then, because as Thierry said, it has been a fantastic weekend for you guys. It's all come together and worked well. Have you been happy with it all?
Yeah, for sure. But we have still to learn, because something which was difficult, I think, for us, for overseas event, we are not allowed to test outside Europe. And actually, now the stages are quite rough. and we didn't test at the right place, I would say. So we had to adjust our setting the first day to protect the car. I think all the crew struggled a little bit, and we got a puncture as well. But at the end, when we adjust the setting, all went fine.
It all went well in the end, that's for sure. Well done on your result, guys. Let's turn to Elvin Evans now. What an incredible weekend you have had. You have led for the majority of it, showed your pace and showed your confidence out there. Unfortunately, you lost the rally on the final stage, but you still walk away with your head held high, I'm sure. How are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously feel a bit mixed emotions, to be honest. It's disappointing to lose out on such a fine margin, but you know, I think it was a rally definitely of two halves. I think Thierry had his own problems on Friday. We had a great day and managed to pull out a good gap. And then it was sort of a role reversal type idea for the next 2 days, where he had a really good run, drove exceptionally well. And we had a fair amount of problems. Some were self-inflicted, some others not. And yeah, we didn't really have a fully clean stage after the first one on Saturday. So it's been yeah, stressful, let's say, few days after that time yesterday morning.
It seemed to be even more stressful today with the problems that you had this morning. Talk me through what happened on the opening 2 stages.
Yeah, we had 2 separate issues. One was we knew that the guys did a great job actually to change some parts on the car this morning relative to the brakes. But I felt that the pedal was still a bit spongy, and I had an attempt to try and make it better. But unfortunately there was something that we maybe didn't think was there. And when we went to bleed the brakes, it made it worse, in fact. There was some air coming in from somewhere, so we started the stage actually, to be honest, thinking that you know, we would lose a lot of time. We had some brakes, but I think it was just the rear brakes, and the pedal was on the floor for the majority of the first half of El Condor this morning. So actually I was really surprised to see the time at the end. I expected to lose a lot more, because I'd basically driven on chucking it in on the handbrake everywhere and flooring it and not showing much mercy, to be honest, for the first half of El Condor. But obviously it kept us sort of in the frame. And then we had an issue with the ALS being reduced to nothing basically at the top of Mina Clavera. I think Thierry was faster in the bottom, but I think it was sort of 2 seconds or something by midway. We lost a further 6 then with the issue towards the top. So, you know, it's one of them things. There's plenty to learn on. You know, I've done some minor mistakes myself during the weekend. So I think there's a lot of positives to take, but a lot to learn as well.
And the final stage then, we watched on that split, and you were a good bit quicker than Thierry at that first part of the stage, the first 5 kilometers. And then the bridge, Elvin, the bridge. Tell us about the bridge.
Yeah, obviously the stage didn't start so well for us actually, because with the brakes cooling again, we had the pedal back on the floor, but luckily they came back pretty quickly, I would say within the first kilometre. Which was, you know, quite lucky really, because had we carried on the same, then for sure we wouldn't have been able to pull the time back that we did. And the first half of the stage felt actually really good. I had good grip in the car, and I was driving quite aggressively, to be honest. I wasn't going to leave much behind to try and win. But I found towards the end of the stage that I was losing grip at the rear of the car, and I felt that I was having to be very patient. And I think actually before we hit the bridge, we were already losing quite a bit of time, and I wasn't quite patient enough coming into the bridge. I just tweaked the handbrake and the car continued to slide basically. Okay, the impact wasn't massive on the bridge, but it was still a reasonable thud. We knew straight away that the car wasn't so bad afterwards, so we continued to push. I think you see from the last split that it was quite similar to Thierry's. But unfortunately, you know, the damage was done in sort of the narrow part of the last part of the twisty section of the stage, let's say, to lose the time. So yeah, obviously it's a long story, and I think I could do a list of as long as my arm of excuses and problems and all the rest of it. But you know, fair play to Thierry, he did a really good job, and I think on our side, you know, we have to be really pleased with, you know, the new DMAC tyre. We didn't really get the fair opportunity to show what it could do in Mexico. I think it showed what potential it has, and I think, you know, on a personal basis as well, it'll give a lot of confidence moving forward to a lot of the rallies coming up now. So we have to look on the positive side and move forward. Huge
positives, Elvin, but where can we see this kind of pace recreated again? Where can we see an Elvin Evans battle for the win, a potential win? Where's next?
Portugal.
Do you think you can go there and do the same thing, yeah?
I don't know, time will tell, I guess. You know, we can't take anything for granted. We don't know what the conditions will be, what the temperature will be, if it's raining, if it's dry, and how that suits. You know, we have a new tyre, so we're still learning about it all the time. So let's wait and see.
Okay, thank you very much. Dan, where are you? There you are. Talk to me about your feelings for the weekend, and in particular, coming through that final stage, getting to the end and realising that win had slipped away. What was the feeling in the car then?
Yeah, I think we were both very frustrated and probably a little bit upset at the end, but I think from my own point of view, I think the start of the stage was very, very good. I felt from my side of the car that the speed was good going down the mountain, and I kind of had a little feeling that maybe halfway down I thought, okay, maybe this is fast enough to win, but okay, it didn't turn out that way. But I think we've just to look at the positives that we've come here, we've finished second. You know, it's the best result we've probably had. We've led the rally for 2 days, set fastest times and splits all weekend, so we've got to take a lot away from it for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely huge positives. You know, did you expect this kind of performance coming here?
You know, we've obviously talked about it between ourselves, and we know, we thought that we could be strong here. We spoke to the DMAC guys, and you know, we believe we had the right kind of tyre to come here and be strong, and you know, it did turn out that way, and yeah, for sure. And I just look like Elvin, look forward to the next time that we can really show what we're about.
Okay, well guys, congratulations on your result on the weekend. It's third position overall for you. You take away great points for the championship. How are you feeling at the end of it?
Yeah, actually very good. Obviously, the plan was always to get back to score some points, and yeah, obviously, I always knew that so far I've not been very lucky in Argentina, and yeah, I had to change my approach a bit, and obviously we were really safe, maybe a bit far too safe on Friday, so we lost quite a lot of time there, and also a couple of smaller issues, but okay. After this, you know, from Saturday morning, we've been on the pace, and yeah, 2 guys at the front have been very fast, so we couldn't close any gap, but yeah, we managed to secure our podium position. So yeah, we got some good points from the power stage and points from third. So yeah, happy with that.
When you started this morning, though, did you feel that you could try and challenge Thierry for his second position? It was only, what, 15 seconds between you this morning. Did you think, oh, I'm going to give it a bit of a push today?
Yeah, for sure. I tried to drive well and clean, but yeah, we all know that maybe sometimes Thierry is not the smartest guy, you know, and it's normally it doesn't go very safe. So yeah, it's not easy to close the gap to him, but okay. They made no mistakes. They were going very well, and I tried to do my best driving without taking extra risks. So yeah, I think that was the best we could do today.
I love the fact that he's keeping your feet on the ground. You might have just won the rally, but he's just brought you down a little bit. Talk to me about your hopes now then moving on, because this is a great result. You're back on the podium, back to the pace we're used to seeing from you. Can you carry this forward into Portugal?
Yeah, for sure. I think Portugal is one of my favorite events. I think we go back to normal gravel. It will be a first event of the season where we actually can see how competitive everybody are, because yeah, so far all the events have been a bit specific, but still, yeah, really excited to go back to Europe, you know, and start with some proper gravel rallies. So yeah, let's see. At least we have scored some good points so far, and then also in drivers' championship and also in manufacturers, we are in a strong position, so it will be interesting to go back to Europe.
Okay, Oyt, thank you very much. Martin, talk to me about your weekend. How happy are you to be on the podium at such an iconic event as Argentina?
For sure it's good because it's my first Argentina rally, and everybody before the rally told that it's going to be very rough, and now I can say also myself that it was rough, especially today's stages, but in somehow actually they are enjoyable if like those roads are rough, but still you can come through, then all okay.
Well, it's definitely enjoyable when you get on the podium. Seeing as it's your first time here, does it meet your expectations? Because you would have watched Argentina on the TV for many, many years. Is it better than you expected?
I mean, today there was lots of spectators, and the atmosphere was really great. So from that side, it was good. And I think, as I told that. We are planning to come here to take not too many risks, and I think it was good that we didn't take maybe too much risk on Friday, and then we increased our speed on Saturday, and we finished on podium, so not so bad.
It's all good. Congratulations on third position. Michelle, it's turned to you now. It's a great victory for Thierry here. It was a thrilling battle on that final stage, and we could all see you at Hyundai watching, practically biting your nails as it all played out. Was it a relief? It must have been a massive relief to see him come through and take the win.
Well, of course, it's, you know, till you not reach the finish, you cannot say, okay, it's done, but I think it was a really intense rally. Well, if we have some more rally like that, I think the championship will be really great. And okay, we need like this, but it was fantastic from I think the start to the end. And also, well, the amount of spectators you have here are also incredible.
It's been a great atmosphere throughout the whole weekend. Well, Thierry's done very well, but let's talk about Danny and Hayden, because they've had difficult weekends. Hayden Paddon even saying today that he's gone from 12 months ago at a career high to a career low. How can you help to turn that around for Hayden, Michelle?
Well, you know, it's true that Danny Hayden were really not so lucky, and but I have to say, okay, on the Friday we start not so good with all the three cars, and well, it's true that with the role of Hayden at the first stage, it's always difficult after to recover. But well, on the Saturday, yesterday was really not too bad. Okay, unfortunately, today he had this trouble with the power steering, just 1 kilometer after the start of last stage, and well, I can understand how disappointed he is. But you know, you have to consider it's like in every sport, so you have up and downs, and well, we will help anyway him to really recover and get back on success.
Oyt mentioned getting back to Europe, getting back to Portugal, and we've always looked at Portugal as the level playing field event, the event which isn't specialist, where we can see how all the cars size up against each other. How do you feel about going there, and do you feel impressed and pleased so far with the performance of the Hyundai?
Well, I think we will see. We have seen that our car is not too bad in different surface. We know that anyway all the cars are really close together, and it's true that Portugal will be, let's say, the first event, well, a little bit normal as World Rally. So, well, let's see. I think it's true that in this event we will really see the difference in proper performance between the car. So I hope it will be as excited as here.
We hope so too. Are there any questions for our drivers, co-drivers, or Michelle? Yes?
For Torino Bill, first of all, congratulations about winning this Argentinian rally. Tell me about the differences, if there are things so with 100 more horsepower than the last year. Which are the main differences in the Cordoba roads about driving these new WRC cars?
Thank you very much. The difference, yeah, getting more and more small because we are getting more and more used to the power, I have to say. First of all, when you start the season with the car, you are impressed. And now we are getting used to it, and we would like to have more power again because we feel that it could go faster. But I have to say, since we are driving with this new car, from my side, it's the driving pleasure has grown so much because the cars are very nice to drive with this aerodynamic kit, which gives you much more stability, especially in the fast corners, like we could do here in the El Gigante stage, the long stage on Saturday, with very, very fast sections. You could really feel the downforce and the car stability, which is great, and it makes it much more fun to drive. And of course, as well, the sound in the car and outside the car is greater for the spectators and for the drivers because, yeah, we have more power, maybe more revs, so it's fantastic.
Any more questions? Question? Okay, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you all in Portugal.